Reptiles Unplugged.
I'm John Feely of Feely's Clutch, and you are watching Reptiles Unplugged.
This is Will Rose from Royal Canadian Reptiles, and you're watching Reptiles Unplugged.
Guys, it's KB Reptiles.
Team Helga.
Team Beard.
And you're watching
Reptiles Unplugged.
It's Justin from Jacob Luck Reptiles, and you're watching Reptiles Unplugged.
Nick with Renowned Reptiles here, and you're watching Reptiles Unplugged.
It's your boy Harry Wayne from Royal Canvas Exotics, and you're tuning into Reptiles Unplugged.
You're Triple B, and you're watching Reptiles Unplugged.
Woo! Okay, so what's up, Heather? How are we doing today?
Hey! Don't worry, I'm not taking Adam's place.
Yeah,
Surprise.
we have a fill-in. We have a fill-in for Adam today. Apparently, Adam has a surprise for us, and I haven't even seen it yet. So my prediction is a shaved beard. So let's see.
No.
Let's see what we have in store for.
Come on in, babe.
Oh my god, dude!
Quarantine
Look at that hair.
hairdo.
Holy cow,
All right,
dude! What?
Oh, what's up, everybody?
Dude, that is a serious mohawk.
Oh, you can either way.
Dude.
Well, it's crazy, huh?
Cow. Dude, that
my
is
hair was
gnarly.
so long. So we got it.
I like
we're working on the styling,
decision.
but Heather, we used like a bottle of hairspray.
I was gonna say, dude, that had to take so much to stand up. Yeah, I had Kirsty cut my hair, and didn't go as expected. Actually, it went exactly as expected. Poorly, but
Let's see, Joel. Come on.
All right. So we have this
Looks good.
like kind of bang work, but she gave me a mohawk, or not a mohawk, a mullet. It's so long in the back, and like I was still getting like the curls coming out on the back, but like the sides are super short, and then like she just, I don't know. It's great.
I love it.
It's great.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been a quarantine.
I did great on the
Kirsty?
hair. Okay.
Oh,
Don't come at me.
Yeah, dude, quarantine haircuts, man. I should have went mohawk. I don't know what I was thinking.
Should have went mohawk, bro.
Dude, I like it. That's it. Yeah, and we're twinning today. I didn't even realize that either.
I know. I look at that.
It was because I knew you were doing
My
something
mohawk
crazy.
doesn't even fit in frame when I get close to the mic.
I know, dude. You need to back the camera up now and see your whole snake room to get the size of that mohawk in.
Oh, that's too good.
Yeah, I know. HB, I seriously, yesterday, I like retrimmed the side of my hair, but yesterday after Kirsty did it, I literally felt like I looked like Joe Exotic. Like I had like this mullet and this like terrible mustache going, and I was just like, yeah, here it is. It's happened.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah. Initial, yeah, egg whites. Dude, that's what I've heard too. Keith was saying egg whites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were looking up some YouTube videos on how to make it stand up better.
yeah, I've heard egg whites do the trick.
That's what I've heard too. Wonder if those will smell though out in the sun after a while.
Yeah, dude, you don't worry about the smell with a mohawk. Well, what's up,
That's
everybody?
what happens when we're bored.
Yeah, exactly. Like here we are, right? We're matching. Right. He's got the hawk. I've got the mustache. We're doing everything right now, in my opinion, as far as the quarantine goes. But how's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for jumping in. Obviously, just a goober week. But Third Coast Ball Python. Third Coast Ball Python. First clutch in the incubator. 8 eggs.
Nice.
Lemon Bass by
Congrats.
Pastel Bongo. So hoping for some super pastel pinstripe bongos there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Dude, you know me, I love that bongo combo. I can't wait till I can get my bongo going.
Yeah.
What's up, Apex? How we doing?
Yeah, I still
Reggie.
have Will's bongo, het pied girl.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had me hold a bunch of snakes for him, and then send them up to him, and she went into a different place in the rack just due to her size. So I grabbed everything, boxed it, ran it, shipped it, got back to the house, realized I freaking forgot to grab that snake for him, man. So,
Yep.
so he
Yeah.
just basically told me, keep it down here and breed something cool to it. And so
And you'll
I don't
go
have
from there.
much pied stuff. So I hit up Miguel. And
Right.
we've got a plan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That is funny, dude. Yep, figures. One of those moments. That's a figures moment.
Mohawks and porn stashes. This is maybe an
Yeah.
episode of Tiger King.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Reptile Kings.
But Joel
man.
and I all have our teeth, so
That's
we
a
wouldn't
problem.
quite fit in over there.
That is a problem. We should step that up. Yeah, maybe you can knock them out pretty easy. I think. Probably quicker than
first,
doing
man.
drugs.
You
Yeah.
first. You
All
first.
right. Thanks for that. I appreciate you sacrificing me for that. Oh, Debbie had kind of a cool question though. Just jumping right into it. What type of pythons did you guys start with? It's cool. I mean, what type of snake? I started with a corn snake when I was like 12. I don't know, but ball pythons was my first.
Yeah, I started with the ball python too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I love ball pythons, though. I think they're so cool. Jumped me into the retics, so that was the second python.
Yep. Same.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
That's enough pythons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still want. I want to get some. I'd love some bloods and some Sumatran stuff like that. Like, I really like those pythons. I think
Yeah.
they're cool. Yeah. The list
Yeah.
goes on.
Sumatrans are
Space.
cool, really cool. I like the children's pythons. I think are cool. I think they have kind of like I don't know. I think they start out looking cool.
Yeah.
They get. I can't remember. I feel like they get kind of big though. The children's.
What, the
pythons.
bloods?
No,
Oh,
the
the children's, yeah.
pythons.
Yeah, the children's.
Yeah.
Yep. Rock pythons and all that. Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
big pythons out there. So.
They're huge pythons. Even the Sumatrans, like the short tails and stuff, they get huge around. Like that's a
Yeah.
big snake still.
They're girthy.
Yeah, super. Yeah, Debbie, happy to have you. First time on. Nice. Glad to have that.
Yeah.
Normals? Yeah, as far as like the wild type, I guess color.
What morph?
Yeah,
What
morph.
start with?
What morph? I don't know what I started with forever ago. I think I started with a black pastel.
Mine was a pastel possible hat clown that
Pastel
turned
what?
out to be male. Pastel pos hat clown.
Oh, possible. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
snake though.
Yeah, definitely. He's still here. Like, he won't go anyplace. And I see my second morph was an albino head xanthic. She won't go
Nice.
anywhere either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the chat, Debbie.
Yeah. Glad to have you. Yeah. Garters were the next after that. Apex. Yeah. Garter snakes.
Yep.
Black snakes. There you go. Catching them. Yeah. Red
Anything
racer.
checking the chicken coop.
One of
For
those,
sure.
one of those red racers might have been one of the first snakes, I guess, technically.
Stealing them eggs.
Yeah, the rock pythons. I don't know. I heard they're kind of a gnarly animal, but anything is. I feel like when it's not been bred in captivity for a while. I mean, I can tell the difference between my first gen retic compared to like my 30th gen captive bred retic. Like, there's a big difference in their personality, I think.
Yeah. I only have super dwarfs, so most of them aren't too far removed from wild caught. Like,
yeah.
not as many generations as some of the mainlands that we
Yeah.
have. So that's the only experience that I have. But most, like, I don't have any. Almost all my super dwarfs, you can, once you get them out of the tub, they're cool. Like,
Right,
they're not
right.
super flighty. They're good. Right out of the tub, though, they definitely shoot out.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Dude, I want to get this that male I picked up from Miguel, the OD Inchi Genex Yellow Belly Pied, that whole mess of words. Dude, he comes
Yeah.
out like a cobra out of the tub every time. I'm just like, dude, I need to get this on video because he's just like whoop and just like staring at you. He's ready to eat, man. It's funny. and he's
That's
so
awesome.
small, you know, because he's just that hatchling. So it's just like, what are you doing, dude? Like, calm down.
He's all acting tough.
Yeah, dude, chill out, man. You're all right. You're gonna make it. You'll get this frozen rat. It's not even gonna run from you. Frozen thought. But yeah.
Yeah, Apex. I wanted a Bumblebee for my very first one, but yeah, they were still pretty expensive. Not quite 650, but they were, I think, like 400 or something, $500 still.
Right. I remember seeing the Bumblebee for like the very first time when I was like first getting into this, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that snake right there is the coolest snake I have ever seen. I didn't even think snakes could look like that. And then I saw the Xanthic version, and I was just like, what? This is crazy. Crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
No idea. I was walking around that reptile show just like, whoa, look at that. Like, and I remember Heather giving me that look like, no, you are not spending that much on a snake right now. You know what I mean? And even for me, I'm like, I don't know if I could spend that much on an animal. Like, now look at me.
Look at you now. On a live stream on YouTube talking about snakes. Who would have thought?
Who would have? Seriously.
With a mohawk.
My high school friends still like, they trip out about it still. They're just like, wait, how many snakes do you have? I never would have imagined that.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Yeah, snake numbers. Snake numbers are funny. I was having that conversation the other day with somebody about how many snakes I had, and I was like, I think I'm at like 40 now, including like the retics and everything like that. And they're like, wow, that's, holy cow, I can't believe you have that many snakes. I'm just like, yeah. And I'm on the low end of like the industry, like when you really dive into it, I feel like.
Yeah, you're moderate, right?
Yeah, moderate. Yeah. Like, so it's like, some of these guys, they have like 150 in there, just in their basement type, basement breeder type setup, without a facility and all that stuff. So it is wild, how many snakes you can accrue and not even realize it.
For sure. Yeah. Dorian, I was told the same thing by my parents when I wanted snakes in the house. My mom was like, absolutely not.
Yeah. I saw a female blackhead het G-stripe I'd like to have. Yeah, Robert. All right, I'll go snag that. Wanted me to go get that blackhead het G-stripe, pick him up for him.
Oh. That would be cool, blackhead G-stripes.
Yeah. I saw Nick sent me from Renowned Reptiles, sent me a, what is it? A really cool blackhead combo that I've completely forgot everything involved, but it almost looked like an Ultramel. It was so wild. Like, it was like, wow. There was so much going on, and blackhead was in it. And I was like, that's crazy looking.
Ooh. Nice, man. Yeah, blackhead, I think it's one of those morphs worked into the right thing. It does some really cool stuff. So.
Yeah, I agree. And you get a cool super out of it, which is cool. Kind of nice, thinking about supers.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie saying that she might start with a normal ball python. Hey, there's, go for it if that's where you want to start. Morphs are so prevalent right now. If that's what you guys want to start with, go for it. Cool. But if you wanted something else that caught your eye a little bit more, there's a lot of reasonably priced ball pythons out there.
There are, yeah, and there's an array of morphs. I don't know, Debbie, if you've checked out morphmarket.com, but jumping on there and just kind of going down that list, you can see pretty much everything the industry has to offer with combinations, and it can be very overwhelming, but it's kind of just a cool place to start, I feel like, to just window shop and just kind of see what's out there and what you like.
Yeah, 100%, man. Morph Market revolutionized how we all get out there and look for snakes.
Yeah.
I love that site.
Yeah, Morph Market's, it's so, I'm on it so much on my phone that my like little browser or whatever has made its own little icon when I like click to go to a new window or like a new tab. It just says like underneath, do you want to go to Morph Market? And I'm like, I do, actually.
That's true, Jerry. You say normals seem to be getting rare. Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, there's quite a few supers out there breeding, and there's just less pairings that people are doing to produce normals. And in all honesty, quite a few of the normals that people breed kind of get wholesaled and then end up getting distributed to like pet stores and things like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about my like group of animals and stuff like that, and my initial thing, like when I very first got started, was to do everything I could to not produce normals. Actually, I wanted every snake in there to be impossible to produce normals. Obviously, that's going to be extremely hard to do, but that was kind of like what I wanted. You know, I wanted every pairing to never produce a normal or anything like that. Nothing. There's anything against normals. It's just a harder market, and I didn't really want to wholesale. So
right.
That was kind of my plan with that. But yeah, that I could see the argument that they're getting normal or more and more rare. I think eventually they'll be very rare. 30 years from now, I think it might be hard to get a normal, to be honest. Like, think of some of the pairings you're gonna have.
Yeah.
It's even if there's not even a recessive attached, it's gonna be hard to get it not normal.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I think we'll start seeing most normals have like, het something or another with it. But
Yeah.
But I like normals. I like the variation in them too. Some look completely different than others, and it's not a morph. It's just, it's still a normal. So
yeah, and there's darker and lighter ones, and I feel like if you were like really like trying to be like super 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 strict on how you were going to build something, and like you really like the dark morphs and you started with a dark normal, maybe your line of like black pastel, let's say, like down the road could be like so much better off than somebody else's, maybe just because you started with like that, I don't know, that dark normal, maybe that kind of like line bred and carried over, I don't know, just stuff like that. But,
yeah,
it's there's a lot to it. There's a lot of ways to do this.
For sure. I mean, before there were a lot of morphs, right? Guys would do that. They would line breed like specific traits from their normals and stuff, and then produce a lighter animal and then throw pastel on it, and then you get a really nice looking pastel. Or if you wanted to take it dark, breeding for that stuff too. So
yeah. Heather is saying, wouldn't it be funny if normals become the high-end, rare, expensive? Yeah.
Seriously.
Just wait, right? Just wait. They will. They used to be, what was it, $1 per gram, to pick up a normal.
That is true.
Super expensive. The 1,600 gram female, you get $1,600 for it. Could you imagine that now? That'd be wild.
Seriously.
But
I got to give Elite Exotics ball pythons a shout out. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Heck yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Celebrate that quarantine birthday.
Yep.
Save it up. Save it up for when we're all out.
Right? Exactly.
That first reptile show is going to be awesome.
Oh, man. It's going to be so packed. I can't even shoot. It's going to be crazy.
It is,
man. I wonder if... I'm super stoked. Wonder if it's, the country's going to be open in time to have some of these kind of mid-year ones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the
Daytona maybe.
Used to be oddballs, I guess we'll call it, like the intermediate between like Tinley and Tinley.
Right. Hope flights stay cheap, then I could actually afford to fly around the country and go to reptile shows.
Just start buying flights at random now as like an insurance.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking about it. Yep. I got a few credits from the Tinley trip, but
yeah.
So, definitely.
Robert was talking about that. You and I were talking about this. How he was talking about the Inchy and Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
An allelic.
Somebody had told me that a couple months ago, kind of blew my mind. But like Simon's in there, kind of asking for proof. So I've seen some breeders that post some snakes that might be counter to that. You know what I'm saying? As far as what's in them. So I don't know. Who I learned it from, I consider a very reputable source. So I'm not really sure. I don't have any direct proof myself, right? I haven't done any pairings to try and prove or disprove that.
Yeah,
But
like
I've
Robert's
seen-
saying 19 eggs from his cine inchy male, and he's never gotten a normal.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Could
know,
be
he's even
crazy
saying
good luck.
could be. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think that would be an excellent topic for us to dive into on the show
Yeah.
here at one point, is like allelic animals, and then you know we try and show like pictures and stuff like that, and everybody kind of talks about it because you know I think it's one of those things that like we know the major ones out there that are allelic, but
We do,
some of these
right.
other ones that aren't discussed a lot, I think would be cool to bring up.
Yeah, yeah. Like your highways, like just that whole like yellow belly complex has a lot of like allelic stuff.
Yeah,
kinda going
yellow
on with
belly. Yeah, then you have
isn't
like
like
the,
Spark and yellow belly? Isn't that a super stripe?
So yeah, and there's like pumas and stuff like that
Pumas,
from
yeah.
specters, and
Spectre.
so you have like Spark, Spectre, yellow belly, gravel, asphalt, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something
Yeah.
else in
Yeah,
that
but
complex.
That's a big gene pool right there, just doing that stuff.
Right, right. Yeah, and then you know you have specials and that stuff that when they breed to blue-eyed leucistics, they make a not completely white snake. Yeah, all that stuff. So I think it'd be a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Do
yeah,
some
yeah.
research on, bring some
Yeah.
stuff here.
Yeah, maybe bring in some warriors, some warrior experts on
Mhm.
that. Yeah, they're talking about Billy knowing a little bit about that. But yeah, man, late in the season, what do you got going on? Anything crazy going on over there? I know you did a big move with all
Yeah.
the snakes. So have you been seeing anything like ovulation-wise
Things-
or anything like that?
Yeah, things are starting to come around a little bit more than I was expecting. Like really nothing for this season. Not really anything to happen just because of the move. I didn't really know if that was going to upset the process a lot. But I did have a clutch the other day from my spot nose onyx. So spot nose cinnamon het red xanthic bred to a male hypo desert ghost. First time mom, and yeah the male, he's got plenty of size and age, but this is the first time he's breeding for me here. I bought him as a pretty much adult, basically.
Right, right.
Yeah. So, but bummer thing is, I had 5 eggs, 4 slugs, and just one good egg.
Hey, dude, eggs on the ground. Okay, egg.
Yeah,
egg
eggs on the ground.
Dude.
I was hoping to produce at least a 1-1 for my
Self.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Oh, well.
nice. That would be nice. Hey,
Ovulations, I
can't win them all.
Right, can't win everything. Hey, and I'm happy that I got something. Right, I was expecting nothing. So
right.
Fingers crossed that one egg makes it. It was kind of weak looking veins wise. It didn't have the greatest vein structure, just a couple in there, and the egg kind of looked funny itself. It had some weird. I don't know. It just kind of looked weird, but we'll see how it goes.
Right.
Yep. And then I've got a banana hidden gene Woma that I bred to a Sterling puzzle, and I'm pretty sure I caught an ovulation the other day. It wasn't like one of the really big ones that's very
massive,
obvious, right? Yeah, but the way she was laying at that time and everything, and now she's in deep shed about a week or two later, so we may see something.
Yeah, maybe popping off right there.
Yeah,
because they do that. They ovulate, go into shed, and then lay. Right? That pre-ovi shed, post-ovi shed, or pre-lay shed. I guess I'll call it.
Yeah, pre-lay shed. All that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that should be cool. So hopefully we'll get more than just one egg out of that as well.
Well, if you do get just one egg, hopefully it's
then I got to
it's all of it.
self-evaluate what the heck's going on over here.
Yeah, things have changed, dude. Bad juju in the new house.
Exactly.
No, I would blame a lot of like changes in that on the moving. I mean, even in that latest one, I don't know if it's the most latest, but one of the recent videos that Justin Kabelka was posting about the move from into his new facility, that they lost some females reabsorbed just from that move. going over there. So, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah, exactly. I talked to a few breeders before the move, just kind of asking what they thought, because I didn't want to start breeding in November knowing that the move was coming up in January or late December. So I kind of held off. I'd asked a few people, and they thought it was probably a good idea to hold off and try for a late season.
Right. Yeah. I think that's I don't know, and I mean late seasons.
Marshall
still in there. What's that?
Yeah, exactly. And Marshall was kind of experiencing the same thing. Thinks his move threw some stuff off.
Yeah.
People are having late seasons.
Yeah. I mean, my seasons always run late anyway. I usually don't get eggs on the ground until end of May, beginning of June. So I'm kind of running right up there. I actually had 3 ovulations this week. I've had nothing, nothing, and then 3. Like, it's just like,
awesome.
I feel like that's just how it goes. But still exciting. We've almost done it. We've almost done it over here. We have some ovulations, and that's heading in the right direction. That's for sure.
Good job, Joel.
Yeah. Every year, I'm just like, man, I don't know how to do this. I guess I just don't know how to do this. And then it pulls up. So it's good stuff.
There you go. Let's see, what do we see? I saw somebody.
The follicles. There was a cool question earlier about Gilbert was how much more time and money if starting with a visual and a double het to get to a lightning pied compared to a highway and freeway.
Wait, what? What was it?
I think the question is how much time is it going to take to run the double recessive project of the lightning pied compared to the highway and freeway project? And that's going to be variable, obviously. I believe with one visual, one being a visual, other being a double het. So if you had a visual male lightning pied and a double het, exanthic het pied, you'd have a 1 in 4 to hit a visual that season or whenever you bred. Highways and freeways are a yellow belly and a gravel or a yellow belly and an asphalt, and you would have a 1 in 4 breeding on that immediately as well. So I don't know, kind of similar.
Yeah,
if I did that math
right. When you're working with incomplete dominance, you can recreate what you've got in the first
go.
pairing, right? Right, first go. With recessives, you need at least a single copy of the gene, making it heterozygous on either side to produce the homozygous. So if you're starting without that,
right,
or it's worse odds working with a double het, though.
Yeah, double recessives take forever. Really, I guess the short answer. They can take a long time. You can obviously increase your odds a little bit. With having a
Simon's
visual
right.
or
Both
not
would
visual.
be the same time. It's just
Both
your
would be the same
chances
time.
of seeing a result
Right.
would be a little different.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Both is a 1 in 4 the way it was worded. I think if I did that math right, so it would technically be the same time, depending on your odds. But one's going to be a double recessive and one's going to be a highway. So if you were going to go any route, I would suggest a double recessive, I guess, in my biased opinion. Being from somebody who's making highways this year, I guess. Hopefully making highways this year. But still.
Yeah. What's going on? Somebody swearing in chat? Is that what that was? Because I'm a tool.
Yeah, is Small Town getting booted? I need to know. Scared the follicles. Oh, yeah, Small Town's asking why he had a wrench next to his name. Got it.
I got you.
Because I'm a
he's
tool.
a mechanic.
Yeah. You are a tool, Nick.
Nick is a
Highlight that
tool.
real quick. Yeah, Reggie,
Shane's
dude.
trying to get muted.
I have that Avi for the double het Sunset Pieds, man.
Woo!
Yeah.
I can't wait for that, dude. That
2.6 this year.
huge project.
Sunset, all visuals. 2.6 is the running order.
I hope so. Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's what Harrison told me. So I'll have to stick with his word.
Oh, that's what he said you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's what he called out. So I'm gonna send
Nice,
him one
nice.
and Reggie one if I hit a 2.6. So
But they've got to be visuals. Is that
they
what's
gotta be
going on
visuals.
there?
Yeah, they gotta be double visuals.
Oh man.
Stick with it. What's up, man? Glad to have you in. Late as usual. Is that what you said up there? Late as usual. Yeah, dude. Better late than never, man. Glad to have you.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Oh man, these little pull-ups are fun. So, I don't know. What do we want to do? You want to talk a little bit more about like show formatting and stuff like that, or
Yeah, we could go over some of the stuff that I guess Adam and I have talked about, where we're like the direction to kind of maybe where we're headed and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I think what we're going to do here is at the end of the month, so once a month, we're going to maybe set the stage in the beginning of the month and then kind of do our diligence throughout the month, let's say, to try to research a specific topic and kind of come up with some value that we can maybe add to the topic or do anything we want, I guess, with said topic, but maybe be able to bring in like an expert, kind of how we were talking about bringing even Billy in from Mutation Creations on the allylic thing with the cinnamon inchy, but kind of just go into that, like picking a certain thing, really narrowing it down, figuring out what we can do throughout the month, doing the best we can as far as like investing some time into it and really bringing something cool up to the table. So that's kind of like, I feel like the bare bones format of what we've been kind of talking about. So that's,
Yeah.
I don't know, Adam. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it perfectly sums it up. Yeah, exactly. Like, we either pick like a morph or a specific topic. We target that. We announce it kind of at the beginning of the month, target for towards the end, and then fillers in between are us catching up with you guys, spending some time in chat, and all that. So
Yeah, and maybe even, just kind of getting some heads up if you guys have like let's say we want to talk about a specific morph or something like that, and maybe we'll announce that at a set time or whatever it may be, and then maybe throughout the week or throughout that month we can have y'all, our beautiful chat, do a little bit of our work for us by maybe finding some combos that they really like with that said gene in it, maybe sending that our way, and then maybe we can reach out to the breeders, figure out how that gene plays in this, because these genes and these combos and like, dude, this is another language that we're dealing with here, and I feel like that's often overlooked, and I just think that that's something cool that we can kind of target. I know there's been some videos, like Justin used to do like the morph highlight videos and stuff like
Yep.
that, and he just recently came out with that with the Confusion Lavender project, I think.
Right.
So yeah, just kind of doing something like that, very narrowed down, picking it up, like diving really into where we can see like subtleties or, just whatever it may be, talking about even like the caramel and kinking, some of like lethal genes, I don't know, just stuff like that. I feel like to actually like give everybody some value for sitting here with us doing nothing.
Yeah. And two, you and I had talked about like, and I want to give Simon some credit because him and I were talking on Instagram also about compiling like a place where people could go to learn about the morphs, right? Because right now it's a little difficult looking online other than like Morph Market or World of Ball Python, where you could see some pictures, but you're not really hearing any explanation around what we're looking at. And so
Right.
compiling like a playlist, if we keep doing this
Yeah.
long enough, of all of the morphs and different things like that, I think would be super cool.
Me too. Yeah,
so-
and that a cool place to start. If we can say, hey, go check out that playlist on leopard, whatever it may be, or something like
Right.
that. Because when Adam and I were talking about this earlier, we were talking about how the forums, they were good and bad, let's say, but it was a cool place to have everything kind of cataloged in that setting where, if you typed in their search, you want to look up incubation temperature or something like that, there was probably a thread with just, a whole bunch of stuff going on in there. on incubation or whatever it may have been. So having something like that, I think, is super useful. It's something that's kind of been pulled away. So maybe in bringing that up through video and bringing on some experts, people just talk about stuff. I think that's going to be kind of our direction. I think it's exciting for me. So that's what it really comes down to, is my selfishness.
Totally, right? Selfishness. Always. No, I'm joking. But, and I think it'd be a fun way to engage with you guys, too. Like, we can vote on possibly next morphs or, different things like that. Get some engagement with you guys and also get some good education out there. So
I
think that'd be fun. And it'll help me, too, drilling through those morphs and kind of.
Yeah, it's going to benefit us tremendously.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
ID in these snakes is difficult. It's easy to, it's not easy, but it's easy to breed, I guess. And it's very difficult to ID properly. And our industry hangs on integrity in your identification. So it's a pivotal part, of this entire industry we're involved in. So definitely a good topic.
Yeah, Shane was like, they have Facebook groups for that now?
Yeah,
right.
They do,
yeah.
Yes, I've seen some clips from those Facebook groups.
Oh, man, yeah, I've seen. Woo. And Facebook's hard to search, too. That's always been my disgruntlement with it, so.
Right. Value once a month. We're going to be live every Wednesday. But it's just going to be Adam and I.
Right. Exactly. So we were kind of thinking like first week of the month, we announce like maybe morph or whatever topic we're going to have. Then second week, we would have like us, just us talking with you guys, catching up on industry stuff, talking about cool things going on.
Yeah.
And then probably like third week, having the actual like live with the topic focus. Stuff like that. Yeah.
And then at some point when I do get those eggs on that Sunset Pied Clutch, I'm going to cut them live on here. So that was something I wanted to do, like implement some of like the eggs and the egg cutting stuff and stuff like that, like putting that on this channel and like bringing everybody together so we can all just kind of like look at stuff together, or maybe bringing on people to cut their eggs on here. I think would be fun. Just kind of some stuff like that. I think keep it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And like we were saying before, like we're not completely done with interviews too. Like if there's somebody out there like we want to pull in and talk specifically about what they're going on, we're going to do it. We were just letting you guys know, hey, we're going to kind of focus our topics a little more. And this is the format that we landed.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. Yeah, I was talking to Mike Porter earlier today, and we were talking about the interview process and stuff like that, and it was getting hard to find people that hadn't been recently interviewed, because there is a lot of interviewing going on right now in the industry and stuff like that. And so that was kind of why we, really wanted to maybe hone in on some topics and change this format up a little bit, just because like we didn't want to have Justin on here and then Justin be on 3 others, or vice versa, Justin on 3 others and then on here, let's say, not that Jessica Belka is the only person to talk to, but that's, just the example I guess I'm using is it was getting difficult to find people that hadn't been interviewed within even 2 weeks. So that was the other side of that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's cool, like doing your, can we roast Joel once a month? Sorry, I got distracted by Nick's comment.
Yeah, dude, that's what this always is. It's not once a month, though. It's every day. It's every Wednesday. It's 4 times a month. What's the difference? I get roasted when people are on here that we're supposed to be interviewing, okay?
Oh, okay. You're always a good sport about it, Joel. Always a good sport.
Why are tacos being talked about? Where did I miss the taco conversation? Because I love tacos.
That's right. I got fully distracted by the taco conversation.
It's like my favorite thing ever. It's my favorite food group.
Exactly.
It's gluten-free. Dude, it's like the only thing I can eat.
That's true. Corn, huh?
Yeah.
Could go. Corn tortillas.
Yeah.
Shane was saying we should interview Brock and Brad. You know, it's so funny. We were lining that one up when kind of the whole explosion of interviews happened, and they had just done an interview previously to agreeing to do one with us, right?
Yeah, like
and then
we
we
were-
kind of
We were going to interview them the next day that their interview went, or something like that. Like,
it was something like that. Yeah, and we were just kind of like, well, since you did that, let's just push it out. And then we ended up like, okay, this is time to change format. But I agree. I would love to get, Brock, Brad, and his boys out on there too, talking about like their Sunset experience, right? I think they have a lot of experience with Sunset. I think they would be excellent to bring in when we talk about Sunset stuff. So
yeah.
that's how we're kind of going to be pulling in these people, and it'll be like an interview kind of, because it's their expertise applied to that morph. So we're getting to hear directly from them.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Get Nick on there.
It sounds
Who's
like something
Nick?
you tell somebody before it gets really bad.
Right, yeah. This is like, don't even read the paperwork. Just sign it. Just sign it. Just sign it, dude. It's all right. Like, everything's perfect, man.
Oh, man. But Heather and I bought my Tacoma truck before, this one that I've got. We literally sat there and were reading all of the paperwork. I remember one of the sales guys was, "Are you going to read all of this?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't sign anything without reading everything."
Dude, like, no. Yeah, I trust you. You have my interest. Me
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
stranger. Gosh.
And all-time JT from Rep the Chip. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to have JT on here talking about, Rep the Chip specifically, the processing and kind of how all that goes. So
Yeah. Dude.
Joel and
That's
I are
big stuff.
definitely up for topics. So if you guys have some cool stuff that you've been wondering about or like a deep dive in, hit us up on our personal Instagrams.
Yeah, we're
Don't hit
terrible
us
at
up
answering on the Reptile Unplugged one. That thing's hurting. That Instagram's hurting, man. We apologize right now for that. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, I agree. So if you're not getting responses from us over there, it's not because we're purposely ignoring you. My
Adam
phone
is,
refuses to give.
but-
All right. I'll agree.
And then
I had
he's
a good
just leading by example, and then I'm ignoring you because Adam's ignoring you, and like I don't want to be the one not to ignore you. Maybe you were supposed to be ignored. I don't know.
It's all my fault. I take full
It is.
ownership. Oh man, Rep the Chip versus Coco Block.
Yeah, we
Right?
have them both on. Have them battle.
Ooh, have them battle throwing blocks at each other.
Yeah.
No, but it would be cool. I think that's a good topic. A lot of people are on the Coco Block,
Craze.
kick. That's
Yeah.
it's what they're using a lot, and so I think it'd be cool to hear from one of the manufacturers from that. So.
Right. Block Wars. The Block Wars.
No Block Wars.
Bods facility tours would be really cool. The problem is internet, and a lot of that. Getting people to have their internet strong enough to actually walk around the facility, and I don't know. Camera sucks too. People, not having HD or 1080 or something like that kind of makes that grainy image, but that would be cool. I would like to do the campus tours.
Yeah, and we've even talked about doing some kind of pre-recorded stuff, releasing on the channel here. So
Yeah.
who knows? There's opportunity for other content out there.
Yeah.
Unplugged
yeah.
Crib Snake Room Edition. I like that. Yeah, JT is a tall dude, man.
Yeah, he's not small. He's not a small human.
For sure. Oh,
Yeah, the rodent oven. Did you see Freedom Breeder debuting that rodent oven?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's so I was thinking to myself, I think it would be really cool to get Jesse on, kind of talking about the rodent oven, what they went through to develop it, and the whole thing. Because I don't know, Heather and I had an idea similar to that like a couple years ago. Brainstorming, drinking Coors Lights out on the patio, and
Some silver bullets.
yeah, some silver bullets. Best ideas come from silver bullets.
Yeah, I agree.
And we wanted to kind of develop like an oven thingy, and then anyhow, just slept on the idea. So I'm happy Freedom Breeder put that out, because I think it's a really cool idea. Practicality
It is.
for a smaller shop, I'm not sure, but I think it would be cool to kind of hear his take and how they want to implement that out to the market and what they're thinking the intended demographic is of that.
Like the usage. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, we would you know what? Honestly, we've tried to get Jesse on here. He wouldn't do it. I'll call him out right now. We had Jesse. We asked Jesse to be on here. He said, "Yeah, for sure." And then I was like, "All right, ready?" And then he was like, "No, I'm scared. I'm super scared," and said all this stuff. So I don't know. I mean, if you all want to hit up Jesse and let him know he should come on here and maybe talk about some of that stuff, that would be a good time. It'd be a great time.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Maybe even get like a little promo of the rack, right? Like how it
would
works.
be fun, man.
And
I would love to know that. I would love to harass him about some rack designs too that I've been questioning him on. So
yeah,
doing that would be fun. But yeah, I would love to hear more about that rodent oven, because I think the idea of having the rodent not wet is so much better than the traditional like frozen thawed method where you're putting it in the water, heating up, and then I do, which I know Adam, you've told me this, reheat the water, so the rodent is warm but it's still wet, and that's. I think sometimes maybe that's a bit of the apprehension on the snake's part, whereas that rodent oven would keep them, dry, which would be, I think that would be helpful. I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah, I think so too. It's taken my snakes years to kind of get used to the wet nature of how I feel. I beat it off on the side of the tub. Try and dry it off the best that I can on the side of the tub.
That's what I thought you said.
Correct that. But yeah, thank you. And then I go for it. I freeze it. Or feed it. I mean, oh man, I'm a mess. I can't talk right now, Joel.
Right, dude. He's drunk. Robert, Arizona, frozen rats on the back of the porch. I can attest to that. Yeah, you can do that. It's 90 degrees outside right now, so it's spring. Nice spring weather.
Yeah, exactly. You guys stayed cooler for a little while out there.
We did.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 100 this weekend though, so
Woo.
catch
Man.
that first 3-digit day.
Ooh, yeah, we're looking at like mid 80s, I think, this coming weekend, with the whole, COVID stuff. Stop eating it. Come on, guys. Only one comment. I'm disappointed. I totally expected more.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, Reggie, dude, 5-on-5 charity basketball game. That would be rad. I'm not gonna play. I'll coach that game.
Yeah.
But
I'll be a
that'd
heckler
cool.
on the side.
Yeah, I could play in the stands. I could ride the bench. Yeah. I'm really good at that. Yeah, because Reggie's like a freak in basketball, as it turns out. So there's that.
Dude, that's awesome. I am not allowed to play basketball. My height requirements aren't quite there, and I'm just a spaz out on the court.
Yeah, dude. I can't even dribble, man. I'm terrible.
I'm like the old Lakers dude, Mark Mandic, where he'd just like run around flailing his arms everywhere.
Dude, you just got to get in the way, man. You just got to get in the way. Right. You don't have to score. You just have to make sure they don't. Right. Yeah.
Exactly. I rely on my team to score. I just make sure they can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we've been talking about kind of doing a podcast only format, just like audio only, and maybe doing like some stuff like that. I don't know. We've been lazy, in all honesty. Haven't really looked into it.
Yeah. I started looking into it. Buzzsprout, I think, was one of the services that you can kind of like upload your podcast to and then move it over. But that was as far as I feel like we got. So, But yeah,
Yeah.
that's been one of the goals for this channel. I think this entire time was to get it onto a podcast because it would be just so convenient to have it there.
Yeah, we've got almost 2 years of content that we could, get an audio format and start
Right.
uploading.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
if anybody
it's one of
is
those things.
savvy with converting video into audio only and like kind of increasing the quality of that audio, hit me up.
Yeah.
I'd be down to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I've got some tools through the Adobe suite that I'm pretty sure I could separate it out and
Yeah, and make it maybe work.
make it maybe work, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe we just start fresh on that,
Yeah,
do our-
that's true
we,
too.
We do our big January premiere and start doing the podcasts on that.
Yeah.
We'll turn this
Yeah,
into a
definitely.
murder mystery podcast. Kind of get that going.
Hey, did you watch Cusco's video that
I did.
he
Yeah,
uploaded today of us? Yeah.
Crap, I forgot to talk about that. Let's highlight ourselves. Over there on Triple B TV, we got interviewed. We were interviewees, so that was kind of exciting, kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
go
was
check
laughing
out that
at
video.
myself being a goof the entire time.
Yeah, man, I had no idea. I completely forgot the conversation we had.
Yeah.
Didn't know we were talking about sex for money there for a little while. So I was like, oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah, I
So-
do remember that now. Yes.
Yeah, those early mornings
good
at
one,
a
though.
reptile show, man. You never know what's going to be said,
Exactly.
Especially that Saturday morning at a reptile show after everybody's already been out Friday night. Oh boy.
Oh man. Yeah, Cusco does a really good job.
Great.
When we started getting into these interviews much more, I used him for a lot of inspiration, kind of like, okay, we got to get our quality up, we got to get our sound quality up, we got to not be goobers completely. We could do this, right?
We can make this work.
So,
And
I'm
here we
stoked
are.
to still do this.
So
I don't know if we've achieved any of those goals, but
regardless, we're still here, I reckon. Yeah.
Robert said, I don't know what's more disturbing, the mohawk or the mustache only.
Yeah. Mustache only, man. There's a little bit of growth under there, but she's coming in. My lips warm though. It's getting hot up here.
Oh, Sheamus from WWE. That's too funny. Well, alrighty, guys. Hey, we just wanted to have a quick pull up with y'all.
Yeah.
Always enjoy these chats, and Joel and I appreciate you guys listening to us just banter back and forth about nonsense and all that good stuff. So
We're good at it. We're good at it. We're some of the best, I think. So we appreciate it. But as usual, chat is always killing it. I look forward to chat, to be honest. And that was kind of another reason we were kind of going into a different side of things, is I really like just talking to everyone in chat. That's fun, I feel like.
yeah, I wanted to get more engaged with you guys. Sometimes
Yeah.
during the interviews, it's hard, right? Because we gotta, kind of remain on topic of what and actively in the topic too. So it's hard.
Right,
So.
right. Yeah, it's nice to jump on.
Show
here
us
and
a
just hang
snake
out.
before you go.
Lip
see, what
sweater.
we got.
A lip sweater.
I can pull something.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, go snag us a snake. Go snag us a snake
alright.
right now. Get that hawk
what do we
up
got?
there.
All right,
snag
let
a
me.
snake.
I'll think about it while I walk over there. We'll see.
All right, yeah. This is gonna be a surprise. You can't do stash only, dude. Stash only is where it's at, Robert. You don't know yet. You want to look creepy? You know what I also have? I have a windowless van. So why wouldn't I have a mustache? All right, you got to remember that. A puzzle combo. I don't know if he's gonna snag a puzzle combo, and he can't hear me. It doesn't look puzzle. I'll say it right now. It doesn't look puzzle.
I was trying to look. We had pulled out a few of them before already. So I wanted to show this one. So
This is what I'm gonna do.
Blackhead, cinnamon, het lavender.
Yeah, the blackhead combo. Blackhead love, man.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Uh-oh. Almost
up in
got
the cord.
my deal. Will I get bit tonight, people? That is the true question.
Yeah. Dude, blackheads are cool, man. There's some cool blackhead combos out there. That hawk.
Very cool.
Everybody's finally seeing the hawk. The side
Oh,
profile.
the full hawk when I was
Yeah.
back there. The sun.
Yeah. Dude, that's sweet, man. I love the blackhead too.
Yeah. Blackhead and cinnamon together. So,
Dude, that's
and
a
then
great
we're gonna
combo.
layer lavender. I'm gonna see if Miguel will breed his boy to this. So he's got a leopard, blackhead, lavender visual.
Yeah, for super
Yeah,
pretty.
so
Super
Make
pretty.
super blackhead cinnamon leopards. Oh man, that could be cool.
Yeah,
lavender
that would be
snake.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really
Alright.
pretty snake, man. I'm a huge fan of that though. Blackhead stuff.
Thanks. All right, be right back.
All right. Yeah, Debbie, sorry, this isn't the most informative midweek rant, but we were glad to have you on here. 70s, yeah, the 70s porno stash and the 90s punt rocker. We got it all. We got everything. We don't want to leave anybody upset. Blackhead and Sunset. Blackhead and Sunset might be really cool. Beast was talking about Blackhead and Sunset. That might be a pretty cool combo.
Yeah, that could be really cool, actually. In all honesty.
Yeah, Simon was saying the blackhead, thinking they might have a blackhead pastel lace, just waiting for basically some size to get on there.
Ooh, nice, man.
Yeah. I reserve
That's
the
gonna be
right for
cool.
an IG Mohawk styling redemption. Yeah, I think you need to make that happen. But
I know it's not quite holding.
it will.
But
It will. This is
It
trial
will.
run, man.
We'll get it.
Yeah,
We'll get
trial
it. First
run.
run. First
Yeah.
run tonight. So.
Yeah. But all right, well, I think without further ado, I'll put my ugly mug back on here, and maybe we'll wrap this one up. But I don't know, anything left, Adam? You got anything for anybody?
Nope. Enjoyed you guys stopping in tonight, so really appreciate that, and I hope everybody stays safe, healthy, and happy out there.
Yeah, be smart, wash your hands, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Thank you all again. Obviously, chat is the only reason we're here, basically. You guys are awesome. So until next time, we'll see you Wednesday, same place, same time, sort of thing. So.
Oh, yeah. Same bad channel.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, everybody have a good night. We'll see y'all later.
See you guys.